everybody. Today I'm at Sandy Knoll with Mikey. We're going to film a course review. We're playing along tee pads to whatever baskets are out there. Partially because playing a tournament, so got to get prepped for that.
Alright guys, I'm coming at you with a voiceover today because I didn't really film any hole intros, unfortunately. So hole 1 here is a left turning hole in the A position. Mikey is going with the hyzer flip line, or hyzer flip up and then glide over. I went with the hyzer flip line. Tricky basket to access, especially because it's kind of perched at the top of the hill here. And my approach or slash run went a little bit long, and you'll see kind of the downslope we're talking about here. I got a little fortunate and my disc kind of bit the hill there. But yeah, so you don't want to go long on that one unless you want a 40-foot uphill comebacker. Here's hole 2. The really only line here when it's in the B position as it is today is the righty hyzer line. So I went with that, put it pretty close, was really happy with the shot shape there. Mikey following suit with the exact same line, putting it even closer to the basket than I did. Or so we think. We never found that disc, unfortunately. So here I am, about 30 feet short and to the left. Could not get the putt to stick. Those are my first real putts of the day, though.
All right, so now we're on hole 3. This hole is in the C position, about 400 feet straight, and then way off to the right. I'm throwing a fairway driver just to make sure I get through the gap safely. Well, that was a grip lock.
I was about to say, I don't know if you're going through that one.
Was not at all.
A little bit of a grip lock there. Coming at it again with the Destroyer. A lot better looking line up the middle. Unfortunately, though, it's going to skip and end up a little bit short. You need a shot that's going to finish a little bit straighter on here. If you have a righty turnover backhand, that's probably the best way to get to the basket. Like a righty hyzer flip is probably the best way to park it. So yeah, you can see mine here about 60, 70 short or so. Even though I can reach that hole, and it's a tricky line to hit as a lefty, without something that can finish a little bit straighter, without hitting some of the trees on the right. Here is hole 4, pretty cool tee location, and the basket, without throwing a huge spike hyzer, this is a hard basket to park. There's 2 ways to park it. You go straight at it with a little bit of a flippier disc that can skip and finish forward, or you go huge spike hyzer, and that brings a lot of the brush into play. So the way I did it, this is about the best look you can get, a 30 to 40 footer, just because the basket is kind of tucked back into the cove. So any righty hyzer shots like mine are going to end up just a bit short. Here's hole 5, a short par 4. To be honest, doesn't need to be a par 4, but some of the dangers on this hole are absolute jail of rough. You go long, you go to the right, you're going to be in jail. So here's my shot. I was trying to follow up Mikey's really good forehand with a backhand there. Just kind of flipped it over a little bit too much. And I did mention that I was practicing this for a tournament. In the tournament, I pretty much pured the line, had about kind of where Mikey is there, pitch up for my birdie. Again, par 4. I was really hoping to take advantage of this and get a eagle, but got a birdie instead. Here's hole 6, probably the most difficult hole on the course in my opinion. Tricky gap to hit. It's a straight ahead. The shot is straight ahead, but then the basket in the C position is all the way over to the left. So you really need a hyzer to get through that gap. And when you go in with hyzer, the gap actually shrinks. So it's really hard to get through and then all the way down towards the basket. I think the best play is definitely to go over the top. But Mikey and I missed that while we were there. Trying to give this a run. You know your boy always makes a second putt. On God, I do. It's kind of crazy, but I tend to make the second putt. Here's hole 7, probably my second favorite hole out here. It's a par 4, gettable par 4. It's about 465 feet, I believe. For me, I'm kind of trying to flex a destroyer up there. This one's going to wind up a bit short, but the main goal here is to get through the gap. Now in the tournament, I had the tournament juice flowing. I got all the way up to see that little dirt path there. That's where I got up to, and then I banged the putt from about 40 feet up that mound for eagle. Then I bogeyed this hole on the next one, which brings up a point that at this course, all your under par strokes, your birdies, your eagles, you want to stack them up because you're going to find bogeys and you're going to find double bogeys out here. A really good score is even. I think even is about 970 rated, which is actually kind of crazy. That's what Mikey shot in the tournament. I shot 3 over, which was 951, which honestly I'm kind of content with, specifically because there were a lot of stupid putting mistakes towards the end that cost me an even par or even under par round. Back to the course, though, I just parred hole 8 in this. The key there is just to get through the gap, whether that's with a putter or a driver and you want to get aggressive. You just want to get through the gap because once you get through that middle gap, you're going to have a approach for par. We actually skipped hole 9 here. Hole 9 was kind of just a big lefty hyzer for me. Hole 10 here is now a righty hyzer off the tee. I ended up a bit short, but again, the key there is just to get out of the gap and then let the disc finish. And then I threw that sick little turnover zone to get in the circle, very close for a birdie. That's a birdie that I did not pick up in the tournament. I had a kind of a crazy par save on that one. Then this is hole 12. We did skip hole 11 here. This is the point where my phone kind of overheated, and the clips were only filming for 30 seconds. So I did not realize that at the time. So a lot of these shots were not caught on film, unfortunately. So yeah, this is hole 12. It's only about 430 feet, so that's reachable for me and Mikey. However, the line is tricky. You have to clear that first bush and get all the way down there for a look. Here's hole 13. Definitely my favorite hole in the course. Might even be my favorite hole in the entire state. It's an awesome hole. 430 feet or so straight ahead, and then a slight bend to the left. This hole is just asking, it's just begging on its knees for you to pure it, and you just can't do it. And you keep trying, but you can't do it. One of these days, I'm going to pure it. Keep telling myself that. I mean, if you want a 3, you want a par, take a mid-range, just throw it up the middle, and give yourself a 180-foot approach. But I just really want to pure that one. Moving to hole 14 here, kind of grip lock that one. The key on these wooded holes is to obviously miss the early trees. That's the big thing. But the best part about these wooded holes here from 13 through 17 is that there's really no brush. So if you get off the fairway, all you really have to do is miss trees rather than, worry about your stance, ticks, all that kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, now one of the things that does get in players' heads out here is that you think you have a bigger window to get to the basket than you actually do. A lot of players will try to make these hero scramble plays when in reality the gaps are not that big, but they are big enough to make you think you can be the hero and save your par. So people will take big numbers out here because of that reason. Mikey showing off the flex line with the sidearm. I had tried to follow suit. It's just a really tough gap to hit throwing a backhand. Now here I did go backhand in the tournament. The backhand I threw before this shot was not quite good, but I did get the birdie on this in the tournament. But that forehand worked out really well. So I kind of had a couple options here to go with on this hole. Was not able to convert the putt because you kind of know how that rolls with me. It's on and off. Here is hole 17. I got a really nice kick off that tree. Propelled me forward. I think I might have been fine regardless, but I got a nice little kiss up into circle 2. Mikey right up the heart, but a little too flat, so he's not going to get all the way to the basket, but he is going to finish toward the left, and he's going to have pretty good look. Again, you want to be a little bit shorter, kind of where I ended up, but on a steeper angle, so you get that skip off the sand out here. Very dusty, dry dirt, almost type of sand type stuff. That's why they call it Sandy Knoll.
All right, this is hole 18, last hole on the feature course here. Pretty awesome. It's a very difficult course from the longs, but it's a fun one to play. Very difficult. So in a second, once we're done with this, I'll show the footage from the beginner course here, and we'll chat about it.
All right. There's a little bit of a hole intro again. Going with the T-bird there instead. Trying to get all the way through. Not quite. Mikey getting it done with the forehand.
That's the line mine needed.
I think circle 2 is really a good spot to be on this hole. It's very difficult to get all the way to the pin. It's another one of those where it's kind of just tucked away, and the way the disc naturally finishes just doesn't quite match the shape of the hole as I hit off the cage.
That's as close as I'm going to get. Hate to see it, but that's going to do it. I'll talk to you guys in a second to see how much I like this course. Sounds like I don't like it much, but I'm just tired. Oh, I thought you just jammed that.
All right, so here is the beginner course, but let's talk about the other course, the main course, that is the feature course at Sandy Knoll County Park. It is an absolutely beautiful course. It's very picturesque. Some of the lines have gotten much better over the past year since the first time I've played it. The owner, I wouldn't say he's the owner, but he kind of just maintains the course. He runs it. Josh Ham, one of the better tournament directors and guys in Wisconsin. The great Riverside Pro Shop is right here. Nice little like cabin type deal with a bunch of discs. He's always got the loop or something with Innova and Discraft because he has the best stock other than maybe Glide in Madison. So really good pro shop. So if you're in the area and you don't even want to play the course, check out the pro shop because it's great. But yeah, the lines have gotten a lot better. The tee pads are fantastic. Probably the best turf tee pads I've played on. He has, it seems, taken out a few and replaced them, so they're always fresh every time I play them. They're never, worn down and you're slipping and sliding. I have yet to play them when they're wet, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, they got great baskets, multiple pin locations on every hole, multiple signs for each tee pad as well on every hole. And the great thing about those tee pads is you can put the little nut through the bolt or the whatever through the thing to tell you what pin the hole is in. So if it's in D, you can slide the little screw through the D slot on there. I don't know. It's really cool. It's a pretty unique idea. I'm sure many other courses have that. But it is really cool to know where things are at. Other than that, obviously the ground is really sandy. That is Sandy Knoll. You can see here just pretty much thrown through sand. Just very, very dry ground. Awesome trees, awesome landscape. I mean, just pretty much really good golf. This time of the year, from like mid-June to mid-July, and a little bit beyond, the deer flies are really bad, so you don't want to wear dark clothes. That can be an issue, can be annoying. But yeah, overall, I really do enjoy this course. It's not top 10, but it's a very fun course, and it's gotten better, and the Pro Shop certainly gives it a boost. Gotta love the Pro Shop. I have bought a lot of discs from there. They don't disappoint. Josh is a great guy, doesn't disappoint either. Cool dude, cool course, great area. Check it out next time you're in West Bend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.